Today the class is on cerebellum. So the organ you're looking here, it is the cerebellum. This is the organ what you're looking, that is called as a cerebellum. Okay, what do you mean by cerebellum? Cerebellum is the largest part of the hindbrain. It is a part of the hindbrain. Okay, cerebellum is the largest part of the hindbrain. The cerebellum, in the Latin, it is called as the little brain. Is a region of brain that plays an important role in motor control. So remember, the cerebellum is a part of the hindbrain, and common when they call it as a little brain. Now, coming to the next, if you see the location of the cerebellum, you can see here this one, the folio-like appearance. This is a part you're looking, that is called as the cerebellum. So it is located behind. This is a part what you're looking. This is called as a brain stem. Behind it, what the part you're looking, it is called as the cerebellum. So it is located at the back of the brain, underlying the occipital and the temporal lobe of cerebral cortex. This part what you are seeing, that is called as the cerebrum. So it is located at the back of the brain, underlying the occipital and the temporal lobe of the cerebral cortex. So this is called the organ you are looking, that is the cerebellum. Okay, now next, the most important thing in the cerebellum, what you have to know is the function. The function of the cerebellum, it maintenance of the equilibrium. So remember, equilibrium, it is done by the cerebellum, muscle tone and posture. Coordination of skillful movement, cerebellum controls the same side of the body. So cerebellum, it will control the same side of the body. So remember, the equilibrium, maintenance of the equilibrium is done by the cerebellum. Okay, now next, if you look the anatomy part of the cerebellum, so the anatomy part, if you look, it consists of two main part. What is the main part? You see two hemisphere, and the middle part is called as a vermis. Vermis means a worm like, so it is called vermis. Okay, then the fissure, it consists of three fissure. One is called a primary fissure, horizontal fissure and posterior fissure. So there are three fissure: primary, horizontal and posterior fissure. So this fissure will divide the cerebellum into three lobes. So the lobes are called anterior lobe, posterior lobe and flocculonodular lobes. So these are the anatomy part of the cerebellum. So in the next slide, we'll look in the anatomy part. So you can see here, you can see that the main part, see this is in the center part what you're looking. This is called as a vermis. On the either side, it is connected to two cerebellar hemisphere. You can see these are the cerebellum part. On the either side, you see in the cerebellar hemisphere, it is connected in the center by a part called as a vermis. Then the next you will be seeing the fissure. So there are fissure. The fissures are called as one. What the fissure you are seeing here, it is called primary fissure. So primary fissure will divide the cerebellum into, above the primary fissure, the part is called anterior lobe. Below to it is called as a posterior lobe. Then the next fissure, which will divide it into superior inferior, that fissure is called as a horizontal fissure. There is one more posterior fissure, that is called as a posterior fissure, which below it will be a lobe called as a flocculonodular lobe. So remember, the primary fissure will divide it into anterior and below it is called posterior lobe. Then one more, which is a posterior fissure, below it is the one more lobe called as a flocculonodular lobe. So this is again, see here, parts, you see two main part, two hemisphere and a vermis, fissure, primary fissure, horizontal fissure and posterior fissure, lobes, anterior, posterior and flocculonodular lobes. Okay, so this is the cut open, what you see. So if I tell you in the center, this part is called as a vermis. On the either side, what you're seeing, this is called as a hemisphere. So we look into the parts of the vermis and the hemisphere in this figure. So these are the center one, these are the parts of the vermis, and on either side you'll see in the parts of the hemisphere. So first remember the fissure. You can see here this is the center which divides into upper and lower. This is called horizontal fissure. So draw a horizontal fissure. Okay, so what you have to do is, see here if I tell you, first is the vermis part you have to draw. Okay, then you draw a fissure. Then in the center you draw a fissure called as horizontal fissure. After that you draw one more fissure. You can see here it is called as a primary fissure. So above the primary fissure, this part is called anterior lobe, and completely next this you know, this is the horizontal fissure. Below it, see this part is called as a posterior lateral fissure, and below it will the lobe called a posterior lobe, which consists of a node. Can you see this one, that is called as a flocculonodular lobe, otherwise called as flocculus. So I'll repeat again. So here remember we are discussing about the parts of the vermis. So this is the center part what you are looking, that is the vermis part. On the either side it is called as a part of the cerebellar hemisphere. So first what you have to draw is draw the horizontal fissure. Next you draw the primary fissure. Above the primary fissure the lobe is called as the anterior lobe. Below it completely up till the posterior lateral fissure is called as a posterior lobe, and below the lobe is called, here you see a lobe, that is called as a flocculonodular lobe. Now I will be telling the names of the vermis and the hemisphere names. So starting with the first parts of the vermis, so we will tell according to anterior lobe. So what comes under anterior lobe will look. So the anterior lobe consists of parts of the vermis: lingula, central lobule and culmen. So anterior lobe consists of lingula, central lobule and culmen. Then the next, the posterior lobe, completely what you are looking here. So it consists of diclyle, folium, tuber, pyramid and uvula. So these are the, so you can see this all comes here till here, it all comes under the lobe called as a posterior lobe. The last one in the flocculonodular lobe consists of the nodules. You see the nodule comes in the flocculonodular lobe. So these are how the division is done. Anterior lobe, this three, posterior lobe, then this is a posterior lobe, and this is the last lobe called as a flocculonodular lobe. Okay, the same thing if you look into the lateral part of the hemisphere. So if you look in the lateral part of the hemisphere, the lingula does not consist of any lobe. So you can write no lateral projection. Whereas the central lobe consists of ala, culmen consists of quadrangular lobe. Okay, so you can see here culmen consists of quadrangular lobe. Next, in the posterior lobe, if you look here, this part, the diclyle consists of simple lobule, folium consists of superior semilunar lobule, tuber consists of inferior semilunar lobule, pyramid, it consists of the, if you look the tuber is inferior semilunar, pyramid consists of biventral lobule, uvula consists of the part called as a tonsil. So same, you can read and see here, uvula consists of tonsil, pyramid consists of biventral lobule. So these are the projection, lateral projection it is related to. The last one, the last is the nodule. The nodule, it is related to the part what you are looking here, it is called as a flocculus. So these are the parts of the vermis and the lateral part of the hemisphere it is related. So learn with the diagram, drawing with the practice with the diagram. So again I'll brief on it. So vermis part, what you see here, lingula, central lobule, culmen, declive, folium, tuber, pyramid, uvula and nodule. The first three will belong to anterior lobe. The remaining, this up till uvula, it belong to posterior lobe, and the last nodule will belong to flocculonodular lobe. Same thing here, no lateral projection, ala and anterior quadrangular lobule, declive, it is posterior quadrangular lobule, folium to superior semilunar lobule, tuber to inferior semilunar lobule, pyramid to biventral lobule, uvula to tonsil. Then the last one, nodule, it is related to flocculus. Okay, same thing, you are looking here, parts of vermis and parts of hemisphere. So you can read lingula, central lobule, culmen, declive, folium, tuber, pyramidis, uvula and nodule. Same thing, on the parts of hemisphere, no lateral projection, ALA, anterior quadrangular lobule, posterior quadrangular lobule, superior semilunar lobule, inferior semilunar lobule, biventral lobule, tonsil and flocculus. So you are looking here, parts of vermis on one side and parts of hemisphere on the other side. Okay, next, functionally, if you look, the cerebellum is functionally divided into three parts. They are called as the oldest one, you can see here the figure. The nodule part, it is related to the arcus cerebellum. The next, you will see the next class will be paleocerebellum. The newer one you see, that is called as a neocerebellum. So this is functional classification of the cerebellum. So functionally the cerebellum is divided into three: archi, paleo and neocerebellum. So see here. So which part comes under the arcus cerebellum? The arcus cerebellum consists of flocculonodular. You see this part, the ends, flocculonodular and the lingula belong to this ends, belong to arcus cerebellum. Paleocerebellum, it will include anterior lobe except lingula. Lingula is not there. It belongs to arcus. Posterior lobe, pyramidis, uvula and paraflocculus. Neocerebellum, whole posterior lobe except pyramid and uvula. So this is what the phylogen or functional classification of cerebellum. Three: archi, paleo and neocerebellum. Okay. Then next you are looking the nucleus of cerebellum. Means we have cut section. We have cut a part of the cerebellum. If you look, see here, you will see the cerebellum consists of outer part which is called as a grey matter and the inner part is called as a white matter. Within the white matter you see a grey part. It is the consist of the nuclei of cerebellum. So the nuclei of cerebellum are from lateral to, if you go, it is the first part, the crumbled bag-like part you are seeing, that is called as a dentate nucleus. After that, next you are seeing the nucleus called embelliform nucleus. Next you are seeing the globus nucleus, and the medial part you see the nucleus called a vestigial nucleus. So remember the three nuclei: dentate nucleus, embelliform nucleus, globus nucleus and vestigial nucleus. These are the nuclei of the cerebellum. Okay. Next, what do you mean by cerebellar peduncles? There are three cerebellar peduncles. This connect the cerebellum to brainstem. So you have to know what do you mean by brainstem. There are three parts of brainstem. They are called as medulla oblongata, pons and the midbrain. So these three parts of the brainstem are connected to cerebellum by the peduncles. So the peduncles are inferior cerebellar peduncle, middle cerebellar peduncle and superior cerebellar peduncle. So inferior cerebellar peduncle connect medulla and spinal cord. So cerebellum through inferior cerebellar peduncle, it is connected to cerebellum to medulla and spinal cord. Middle cerebellar peduncle is connected with the pons. Means cerebellum is connected to pons by middle cerebellar peduncle. Superior cerebellar peduncle connected, that is the cerebellum is connected to midbrain by superior cerebellar peduncles. Okay, so see in the figure here, you are seeing the part, you know this part, this is called as the cerebellum. So you can see that the three peduncle, inferior, middle and the superior. So you can see that inferior is connected to this part, inferior is connected to brainstem, the middle is connected to, the middle part is connected to pons and the superior part is connected to midbrain. So you see the cerebellum is connected to brainstem by three peduncles, superior, middle and the inferior cerebellar peduncles. Okay. This is about the today's class. So what you have to learn in the cerebellum is where the location of the cerebellum is, then what is the main function of the cerebellum, that is the equilibrium. Okay, then next you have to learn about the parts of the cerebellum, like what are the what are the names of the vermis and what are the hemisphere, like anterior lobe. There are three vermis: anterior lobe, posterior lobe and the flocculonodular lobe. Names of the each of this lobe with the diagram. Then the lateral part of the hemisphere, what are the names of the lateral part of the hemisphere, you learn. Then the last is about the nucleus of the cerebellum. What are the names of the three nuclei? Dentate nucleus, embryoniform, globus and the vestigial nucleus. Okay, so learn about it. And the last we have looked about the peduncles. There are three peduncles, just know about it: superior, middle and the inferior cerebellar peduncles. Okay. This is about today's class. Thank you.